Welcome to the Jimbo No Show. Today is December the 16th. Like always, I have my co-host, Amina Cube, with me.
Yo, what's up?
So what's going on since last time we talked, Harry?
Since last time we looked, as you can tell from the junk behind me, I'm getting the whole studio back together. Pretty soon, we'll be back recording in the old classic studio that the people have come to know and to love, to see me in. Other than that, just living the dream. Just living the dream. How about yourself?
Same thing, just working 10 plus hours a day, but it's all good.
It's not healthy, Jimbo. Not healthy.
I know it's not healthy, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah, somebody does have to do it.
So let's just go ahead and jump into the NFL right now, since we got more stuff to talk about in the NFL than college this week.
Oh, you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So first we have the game that I watched and thoroughly enjoyed. I watched the Carolina Panthers take on the Atlanta Falcons. It pretty much was them beating the brakes off of the Falcons.
Yes, it was. It was a blowout.
I mean, I loved it because I had Cam Newton on my fantasy football team, so I personally loved it. I couldn't imagine anything else that could have been better, because to watch Cam Newton, what did he throw for, like 3 or 4 touchdowns? That was great in my opinion. I enjoyed getting all those fantasy points.
He threw for 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so I liked it. I mean, here the Falcon hopeful, they thought that they could have put up a better fight, but they didn't. They couldn't even score in the second string defense for Carolina, so that was quite amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was just completely a shutout, basically. One team dominated the other team completely.
Yeah. And then I got a chance to check out a couple of the highlights. Didn't really get to watch the game. My Steelers taking on the Bengals of Cincinnati. And, I'm glad the Steelers got the win, but I feel as though they kind of got it cheaply because Andy Dalton got injured, I think, in the first quarter of that game. He was trying to make a tackle after he got intercepted on a shovel pass, which I still don't know how you get intercepted on a shovel pass.
Throw it to the wrong person.
You literally have to throw it to the wrong person, because a shovel pass is the guy's 3 feet in front of you. You're like, here, you take it. And
somehow you managed to screw that one up.
Yeah, he managed to screw that one up. And he broke his thumb, so he didn't get to play the rest of the game. And the backup QB, the guy from Alabama, AJ McCarron or McCown, whatever his last name is, came in there, and they promptly picked 6 him. So Steelers defense took care of business, and then, Big Ben managed the game as Big Ben always does.
So at least the rookies come in the league like they're supposed to. Jameis Winston's get a pick 6. Now, the guy from Alabama came in and got a pick 6.
Yeah.
So they're treating the rookies all the same.
Yeah. Did you see that beatdown that happened between the Colts of Indianapolis and the Jaguars of Jacksonville?
I'm just looking at the score now, and I cannot believe what I'm looking at. My new iPad is broken or something, because how are you going to let Jacksonville score 51 points on – something's wrong with the Colts.
Jacksonville put up 51 points on them boys, man. Jacksonville. I was like, man.
And I was about to just name the wrong quarterback. I was about to say, damn, Jameis must have had a good day, but he don't even play for the damn Jacksonville. He plays for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, them boys got break speed off of them, boy.
Did the Colts defense, did they play the 6th string or something?
I don't. They got the blind and deaf were out there trying to play.
I was going to say something else, but I decided to change it up.
They did not look good at all. At all, man. That was one of those. Like they need to go talk to their mama after that game.
Turning your paychecks back to the team or something?
That was disgusting.
If I was the owner, don't cash that check. That check is gonna be bounced. Don't even deposit the check.
Yeah, everybody owes the owner some money back after that game.
Especially the Jacksonville dog. Gone.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah, it does. It happens.
It happens.
So let's get back to the Panthers game. They clinched a first round bye after last weekend.
Because it was something interesting about the Panthers. Because, whoops, excuse me 1 second here. Win or lose that game, as long as St. Louis. I'm not St. Louis. What's the other team? The Saints?
Arizona?
No, because of their division.
Okay.
No. You're absolutely right. Yeah, win or lose that game, it doesn't matter who won or lost. They clinch their division because nobody in that division can actually catch up to them. So, and I think they got the first round bye clinched.
They did by winning this past weekend.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good for Carolina. They won that division 3 years in a row, which nobody has ever done before. So the NFC South is looking kind of like it goes through Carolina now.
Yeah. We gotta talk about your AKA Godzilla team, the Philadelphia Pigeons and the Buffalo. I would like to know, how did the Pigeons beat Buffalo?
Man, okay, so they beat Buffalo on a late second field goal. But still, Buffalo should have just ran away with that game because the Eagles, they're just not that good of a team. Chip Kelly has no control over that locker room. His offense, he's had to change it 3 or 4 times. The Eagles just aren't that good of a team. And you know what's sad is that statistically, the Eagles, the Redskins, and the Giants can all make the playoffs. I'm sorry, all have a chance of making the playoffs as of winning their division. And if they win that division, they're going to get a home game, which I don't think is fair because they're probably going to have a losing record.
No, the Giants right now have got a winning record right now.
I believe they're 6-7, Jimbo.
Okay, I haven't looked at the record lately, but yeah, definitely the Cowgirls. They definitely got a losing record.
Yeah, the Cowgirls have a losing record. Yeah, the Giants are 6-7, the Redskins are 6-7, and the Eagles are 6-7, and the Cowboys are 4-9. Well, but don't count the Cowboys out because they have to basically win out.
Yeah, if they win out, they could get in there.
They could get in there.
Yeah.
With an 8-9, for 7-9 record, they could get in there.
Well, at least it's not like I think 2 years ago when the Carolina Panthers got in there, it was like 5-9, 4-9.
I think they did have a losing record. I don't think it was that bad, Jimbo.
No, I think it was that bad.
I don't think it was that bad.
Seattle put on another good weekend. They won pretty big.
Yeah, they handily beat the Ravens. Handily, 35-6, I believe.
Yep.
And Seattle's looking like one of those teams that you do not want to play right now because Russell Wilson had another 5-touchdown game. Their rushing attack, Marshawn Lynch is out. The guy who was supposed to back him out got hurt, and now they're on their third string running back. So the rushing attack still needs to figure itself out.
And we both don't know who that is. Who the third string is? We don't know.
Exactly. What's really scary is that their defense is starting to play again. And that's what's carried them to the Super Bowl for 2 years in a row. So looks like that defense is coming alive, and now the offense, at least passing-wise, is working. Yeah, it's going to be scary.
But it took 14 weeks for this to happen.
Hey, it's like you're a Giants fan. You should know best. If you catch fire in the last 2 weeks, that's all that really matters.
That is true. Just make it to the Super Bowl, and you have a chance.
Yeah. All you got to do is catch fire late and stay in playoff contention, and you can win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
So it's don't.
The Packers put a hurting on Dallas over the weekend.
Yeah, the Packers really. They don't really. Okay, they're going to make the playoffs. There's no doubt the Packers going to make the playoffs in the NFC. But I just don't see them getting past the Vikings. Even though they did shut down the Vikings like 2 weeks ago or last week in the regular season, I don't see them getting past the Vikings. In the playoffs. I think the Vikings are going to watch the film, see what they did wrong last time, feed AP as they should, and let him do his thing.
Yeah, if they change the offensive scheme, yeah, they have a better chance if they feed AP like they should.
Yeah. I tell you what's disappointing of game that happened last week, and it was the Sunday night game that's between the Patriots and the Texans.
You mean the Sleep Fest?
So here it is. I thought there's no doubt in my mind the Patriots were not going to lose 3 games in a row. So I knew the Patriots were going to win that game. There's no way Belichick is going to lose 3 games in a row. But the Texans had just won like 4 or 5 in a row.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they're going to at least put up a fight in the game, but they got beat like 27-6.
Let's just put it this way: they showed up and didn't do anything.
That's so wrong, Jimmy.
They did. They showed up, and I guess they got 2 field goals out of it.
That's so wrong.
They might have scored a touchdown and missed the extra point. I don't know.
That's so wrong.
Because the extra point ain't automatic this year like it was past couple years.
Yeah. Now, you call that game a snooze fest, but the real snooze fest was the Chargers and the Chiefs. That game was 3-10. And the 10 points were scored all in the second quarter. So that game was a snooze fest.
Yeah, I can see that. If I was watching that game, I would definitely fall asleep on that one.
Yeah. Honest to God, I listen to all these sports analysis talking about Alex Smith. You know what? Alex Smith, he is what he is. He's a great manager of the game. He doesn't turn the ball over. He completes a high percentage of passes, but he is not a clutch win you a game type quarterback.
That is true. I mean,
he just keeps you in the game, and that's it.
Yeah, keeps you in the game long enough and screw it up at the end almost.
Yeah. Like, if you got to come from behind and Alex Smith's your quarterback, you're in bad shape. That's all I'm going to say.
Go to the second string. Take him out.
And the big disappointment, did you see the conclusion of the Chicago Bears and Redskins game?
No, I did not.
All right. So they were tied 21-21 going into the fourth quarter. And the Bears, they get the ball back, and they return it to like the 40 or 50. They very, very close to field goal range, right? So and the 2-minute warning is already passed. So instead of trying to score the football, they just try to get the football a little bit closer into the center of the field so they can line it up for a last-second field goal. And I'm like, why are you doing that? You can never score too many points in regulation. That is a fact. You never play for the field goal. You always play for the touchdown. Because the touchdown is a sure thing. It's 6 points. If you score the touchdown, it's 6 points. Kicking the field goal is a chance.
Chance of missing, chance of getting a block, the other team running back for a touchdown, game over.
Yeah, so they played for the field goal. The field goal kick was missed. And then the Redskins come down the field, get in field goal range, kick the field goal.
To win the game.
Yeah, Chicago gets the ball back, doesn't score, game over. I mean, you never play for the field goal. I do not understand why coaches do that.
Don't they teach you that in Pop Warner? Go for touchdowns?
In Pop Warner, high school, flag football, everything.
Pee-wee football.
Anything. You never play for the damn field goal.
I guess somebody must have missed that memo on that game, on the Bears. That's why they probably got rid of Lovie Smith, because he couldn't figure that one out.
Well, John Fox ain't gonna be there much longer.
No. Only time John Fox was good was his first year at Denver, and second year, and last couple of years of Carolina. He made a good run.
Yeah.
But if you can't figure out, go for a touchdown, like you said, if you got enough time to do it, you better go do it.
Right on.
Giants made that get Monday night game too close.
Yo, first of all, we need to check Odell Beckham because he's on something.
No, he ain't.
This dude is making amazing catch after amazing catch. And he's taking he's catching the ball and running like 60, 70, and 80 yards.
He's the Flash, okay?
Yo, that dude, I don't know, like whatever his training regimen is in the off season, during the season, whatever he's eating, he needs to write it down and just start passing it out because it works.
Yeah, working. But they also did a documentary on the gloves that the player uses in the game, and they got more stickier than what they used to be. So the one-handed catches is more easier to do than it was back in the day.
Okay, I have to watch that documentary.
I think it was on ESPN, I think.
All right.
Because they was talking about how all the teams get these sticky gloves, or the Nike Vapors 4.0, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they are kind of more stickier than normal. So that helps the wide receiver catch the ball easier with one hand than two hands now. Because the guy who was doing the thing put on the pair, and he caught the ball with one hand and everything.
How fast was the ball coming out of the judge machine?
This is somebody throwing the football. It's not really coming out the judge machine.
Okay.
If it was coming out the machine, I don't think he would have a damn chance in hell catching a one-handed pass like Beckham Jr. does.
Yeah, because the judge machine can spin him.
You got that right.
The judge machine can spin him.
If you ain't looking at that thing coming at you, watch out.
Foop.
Concussion.
Yeah, because, for baseball, we turn it sideways and close it up a little bit, and that sucker spins baseballs out. Like, all I can say is you got to be ready because it's coming.
At least 95 to 100 easily. Or more.
Yeah. The coach used to say it's only at 70, but I'm telling you this from experience.
It's more than 70.
That thing was getting on me quick. That's all I can tell you.
Coach, you sure you got that at 70? Because I blinked the eye and it was past me here.
Yeah.
Last one, Jake, that's like 95 to 100.
I'll tell you, it's getting on you quick. Yeah.
For sure, don't let it hit your hand either.
You just gotta be ready, Always protect your McNuggets.
Go back to the old movies. So, what do you want to talk about college this week? Since only one game was going on, the Army and Navy this past weekend.
Yeah, Army and Navy was going on this past weekend. Shout out to Navy for winning that one, even though they tried to let Army win it. They tried, literally. They say, here you go. You want to win the game? Come on. You want to win. But right now with college, nothing much really going on. The bowl announcements are coming out here pretty soon of who's going where and what.
That's already happened.
I thought all those secondary and really don't care bowls. They've announced those already?
They announced that the same day on right after they announced the 4 teams.
Oh, okay. I just need to catch up then.
Because let me see if I can pull it up on my thing. Yeah, I got them right here.
So who's going to the Orange Bowl? That's the one.
That's Clemson and Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And who's in Fiesta?
Michigan State and Alabama.
In the Cotton.
The Cotton Eye. That's going to take me a while to figure. No, hold on. Where's my cell phone?
Oh, okay. So I found it. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, the one here in Atlanta, the one I'll probably go to. Houston versus Florida State.
Florida State should win.
Yeah, Florida State should win that one. That one. Yeah, this bowl game is New Year's Eve, so yeah,
we should have 6 New Year's Eve.
No, because the Peach Bowl is the last bowl game before the New Year starts.
Okay.
And then everything else is New Year's Day and beyond. No, you're absolutely right. The 19th. They start playing bowl games on the 19th. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm one of these guys where I think there should be like only 5 bowls in total. Your 4 playoff games and 1 consolidation bowl. And then those 4 playoff teams play for the national championship. Because, some of these bowls like the Farmers Insurance Bowl, like the Crampton Bowl, the Florida Citrus Bowl. Like, that gets me confused. Like, is that the Orange Bowl? No, that's the Florida Citrus Bowl. The Mercedes-Benz Superdome Bowl. The Marlins Park Bowl. Like, if you have a stadium and enough money, you can pretty much get a bowl game. and I understand why they do it and why schools accept bowl bids, because it's money.
Yes, it is.
That comes into your program. It's not just like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's literally millions of dollars.
Depends on what game it is, though.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. You do get one of the 5 major bowls. So the 5 major – no, there's more than 5, right? There's the Cotton, the Orange, the Fiesta, the Sugar, the Peach, the Rose.
It's like 6 majors.
Yeah, there's 6 major bowls. So
and they get $1.5 million each.
Yeah, just for going.
Mm-hmm.
Just for going. So that's what you really want.
Then all the rest of them gets like a couple $100,000.
Yeah. So
all depends on what kind of bowl it is too.
And there's something that I want to point out is isn't like the Cotton Bowl is played in World.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has another.
He has usually have 2 bowl games at the AT&T Stadium.
Yeah. Big shout out to Jerry Jones, because this dude has so much money that he's like, you know what? I know a good way to make a couple $1 million. I'm gonna have 2 bowl games in my stadium.
That's why his stadium is paid off by now, probably.
I mean, that is disgusting.
You got the bowl games there. You got the March Madness there.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
And you got the Cowgirls playing there, so he's making money all year round on that stadium.
There's one team that I want to give a shout out to that got, I think, shafted in the bowl selection, and that is the Navy.
Okay, I believe it. I trust you on that one.
The Navy is nationally ranked. They're 21 in the country. Their record is 10-2 after beating the Army. So I don't know their RPI strength of schedule, because I know that's what you've been hammering down my throat this whole season was RPI.
I was not hammering that down there throat. I just made that a comment about 2 times, maybe 3 times about RPI.
But I'm saying they got the military bowl. I'm like, by default, shouldn't Navy, Army, or Air Force always be in there?
Yes, they should always be in there, yes.
So I'm just saying, why did you put one of the lesser military schools in there and give the Navy like a more meaningful, not calling the military bowl not meaningful, but
they should have a little more
recognizable bowl.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And Also, I want to give a big shout out to another team, actually two teams that got shafted on their bowl selection. Number 10, North Carolina, and number 17, Baylor. North Carolina 11-2 and Baylor 9-3. Ask yourself this question, Jimmy. Have you ever heard of the Russell Athletic Bowl?
Yes, I have. That's in Tennessee.
Oh, my bad.
No, hold on. I take that back. That's what we played Oklahoma in last year.
Oh, so that's why you know it, because Clemson was in it last year.
No, I have heard of it before that, though.
Okay.
But I paid more attention to it since Clemson and Oklahoma played in it last year.
Yeah. Okay.
But we kind of figured that out about Baylor. They was going to get kind of crappy bowl because of their 2 losses and, like you told me, the RPI schedule.
Yeah, Baylor, I can agree with you, but North Carolina kind of have a huge bone to pick. The only reason why they have 2 losses is because they lost their season opener to.
You can ahead and say it. That's your team. Why are you clowning on your own team?
And they lost to Clemson in the championship game, and that's what basically kept them out of one of those 6 major bowls.
Let's talk about an important key play about that championship game that everybody keep on talking about, that onside kick. That phantom offside kick that he got called on offsides. The dude wasn't offsides. Nobody was offside that onside kick. I will admit that. But I keep on hearing people say that they would have beat Clemson if they would have got the ball back. No, they won't. That would have beat Clemson then because they were still down by 8 points.
I was about to say it wouldn't have been a 10-point game. It would have been like a 3-point game
or a 2-point game because they lost by 8. I mean, if they would have got the ball back and scored a touchdown, they still would have had to go for a 2-point conversion to tie the game up.
Yeah.
I mean, just because of that one play, that didn't make them lose the game. I mean, that kind of helped them lose the game, but that wouldn't automatically say they're going to win the game. Like I heard some people say.
Yeah.
Unless they could have gone for a touchdown and converted a 3-point play that I'd never seen before in my life in football. But
yeah.
Did you watch the Heisman ceremony last week?
I did not. Those ceremonies, Jimmy, I'm going to tell you the honest God truth, man. They take so long and drawn out. I just don't watch them.
Yes. You could have cut the TV on at 9:20 and get all the info you needed instead of cutting on at 8 o'clock like I did.
Yeah. Just, let me go to ESPN. Let me read the blurb they got. All right, I'm good.
I'm just disappointed on who won it. I mean, I know the Clemson guy wouldn't want. He had a chance to win it, but I think the guy from Stanford should have won it.
McCaffrey?
Yeah, he had more yards than everybody.
Yeah, reading his stat line, it sucks that he plays in the Pac-12 because I never get to see him play.
Because they play so damn late.
Yeah, and I didn't know that he had all those all-purpose yards, like his yards from scrimmage, his rushing yards, his receiving yards, his return yards. I was like, wow, this dude, he basically does it all. All Derrick Henry does.
Just run the football 50 times a game.
Yeah. So, I mean.
And tell me, if you was in a game right now, we get the ball 50 times, we wouldn't go over 200 yards every game?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know.
you wouldn't or you would?
I understand that's only 2.5 yards a carry, but.
Come on now, you could do it. You 6'2", right?
So you tell me it just fall forward.
Just fall forward. So there's 2 to 3 yards right there. Now tell me that ain't a lie now. Now you tell me I'm lying now. You just have to fall forward, so you got 4 yards right there.
Yeah.
Just don't stretch the ball out. Just hold it tight. Now, am I true, Harry?
I mean, statistically speaking, it's hard not to run for 200 yards when you carry it 50 times in a ball game.
Thank you.
It is very hard not to do that, but Yeah, I mean, I think I could get 2 yards every time.
Just falling forwards.
One time I might break it out for 6 or 7. Be like, you know what? Next 3 runs, I'm gonna just lay down.
But you see my point, right? I mean, if you get the ball 50 times, you are going to go with 200 yards.
Yeah, I mean, you can make the same argument with the McCaffrey guy out in Stanford. He passed the ball to him 20 times a game. Of course, he's going to rack up all those all-purpose yards. So,
but he did more than what Henry did, though. He played punt returner, quarterback when he threw the ball.
Yeah, I agree with you. In my opinion, he was a more valuable player. Like Stanford could not have been as good as they were without him. Like if you remove him from the game, Stanford probably isn't half the team to what they are. But I think Derrick Henry is very replaceable in Alabama.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I got to say about the Heisman.
Yeah.
They gave it to the wrong person. Should have been Stanford.
Should have been Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we going to do next year, Jimbo?
It's going to be a toss-up between those two. Because right now I read an article on Facebook that they already came saying Washington was the #1 candidate for Heisman next year. How the hell can you see that? I mean, you ain't played next year yet. I mean, regardless, it's a Clemson player, but you still ain't played next season yet.
I'm not hating on Clemson right now, but I'm telling you, watch out for that dude from LSU because he got shafted. He didn't even get an invite to New York.
A lot of people got shafted. They should at least sit in the top 5 there, like they'd always done. I think they did.
Yeah,
they always sit in the top 5.
They only had 3 people up there.
Yes.
So, just LSU. They got the #1 recruiting class coming in next year. Les Miles almost got fired from his job. Which would have been
dumb.
Yeah. If they would have fired Les Miles, I would have wrote Carolina a check. Hire him.
I'm sorry. I'm going to fire Dabo and bring him in.
You would fire Dabo? This dude just got you 13-0.
You talking about Les Miles?
Jimmy, what have you done for me lately, boy? I tell you.
Dabo, I'm sorry. You going back to the quarterback coach? Come on, Les Miles.
I got no.
Well, they say the coaches is like a dog eat dog world. You don't know if you're gonna stay there next year.
Yeah, so that is going to be very interesting when that coaching carousel starts to roll around. Because I believe Charlie Strong, it all depends on what Texas does. It all depends on what Texas does.
He's staying, ain't he?
Charlie Strong, if Charlie Strong stays, then I don't see the coaching carousel really happen.
Because Carolina already got their coach.
Yeah, Carolina, don't talk to me about that.
I'm not saying who they got, but they got. I'm just saying they hired the coach. Okay, that's all that I'm going to say.
Because, I don't see Dabo Swinney leaving Clemson to go to any other job that's not Alabama. And I will
agree with that, but I don't think that's going to happen in the future unless something draws Nick Saban away from Alabama.
Well, it's rumored out there that Texas is going to throw $10 million at Nick Saban, the coach at Texas. Yeah. A college coach making $10 million. And he's limited to how many times he can actually do his job a year. Not by Alabama, but by
NCAA. You know what my parent be doing? Come on, wife, we going to Texas. Pack up the bags. Put the dogs in the car.
See, don't pack up the bags. I just got $10 million. Leave all this.
I might need that for the house, Harry.
$10 million to coach college football, man. That's a gross amount of money. And get this. Imagine this. This is hypothetical, people. They hire him for $10 million a year. He gets there and loses every game.
He still got to get paid the $10 million.
You just paid this dude $10 million to lose every game. Come on, son.
But I want to give a big shout out to Steve Spurrier. Did you hear what he did with his last paycheck?
Nah, what did he do?
He gave it back to Carolina.
Oh.
He put it back in the booster club.
Okay.
Come on now. How am I supposed to know this? You don't know this.
Hey, yo, when you quit on me, that's it. You're done.
But yeah, he gave his paycheck back in the booster club. A donation.
Put that on my student loan. That's what he should have done.
I don't think he was going there when he was coaching.
Yes, I actually was. I was there for his very first game at William Bryce. I remember standing in line waiting to get a ticket, and I remember being in Spanish class, and I asked the teacher, "Are you going to let us out early so we can make it to the game?" Because literally, where the Spanish class was and where William Bryce is, it was on opposite ends of the campus. And she said,
"But
nope."
William Bryce is not on the campus, though.
Yeah, I know.
I know that. But other people who watching the show might don't know that.
I know.
The campus is over here. William Bryce is on Interstate 77.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I walked that whole way. Yeah, I know. Because they came on the radio and said, if you're not near the stadium, don't bother driving because you're not going to get there. So I literally walked out of class, and she asked me, where is I going? And I was like, man, I'm going to watch the game. She's like, well, if I give a quiz, you're going to miss it. Oh, well. I walked out.
Game, quiz, game, quiz, game.
I ain't going to miss this game. And I got in my car, and I turned it to the radio to see if I could catch a little pregame show while driving down there. And they were talking about all the traffic jams and how they got it pretty much gridlocked because ESPN was down there, the state paper was down there, the Postal Courier was down there, and some other news trucks and vans were down there, just basically gridlocked. I mean, it's Columbia, South Carolina. It's not, the infrastructure isn't built to handle that many people. It's barely built to handle it when it's a regular game. And I just left my car in the garage, started walking, and I remember coming across State Street, and you're up on the hill, and you can see down to where William Bryce is, and you just see like just this sea of cars. And I was thinking, oh, man. Well, just keep going. And I got there, I think, right at kickoff. And it was just a crazy atmosphere.
So you want to wrap up the show? And no, hold on. Did we get any special footage lately?
No. I'm saving that to when you have your guests on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Jimbo knows is going to have a special guest at the end of January for Super Bowl as we talk about the Super Bowl that week. Stay tuned to find out who it is. This is a little teaser. So you want to tell everybody how they can find you and when the next show for Star Wars is going to take place?
Right there, you can find me. And I got a ticket to the premiere for Star Wars. I got my little fan geek on. So tomorrow night at this time, I will be in the movie theater watching the new Star Wars movie. And
who'd you mug?
I got a friend came through, said that he had 2 tickets. Do I want to go? And I was like,
who'd you beat up? That's why. Who'd you put a knife to or beat up? That's what I want to know.
Yo, because the show's basically sold out here in Atlanta. I think for like 2 weeks. It's after Christmas is when the first show that had seats available. I shouldn't say sold out. Like everything is grayed out except for the front row.
Yeah, you know you don't want the front row.
The front row, the wheelchair accessible seats, which I was tempted to buy one, but it's the one that doesn't have a chair. And I was like, fuck it, I'll stand up for 2 hours.
Maybe 3, you know.
Yeah. But came through, asked me yesterday, it's like, here, you got a ticket for the show? I was like, nah. It's like, good. I got an extra ticket. You want it? was like, oh, yeah.
I think I know who it is, but I'm on say it after the show off the air.
So Saturday, even though we're going to watch the show on Thursday night, I'm not going to do it on Friday because hanging out with some friends before I leave for Christmas vacation. And on Saturday, I'm going to do a special show. I think the time is set for noon for the Star Wars Awakens. I would just go ahead and tell y'all this now as a teaser to it. My co-host Rich, there's two like fanboy things he goes nuts for. One is Transformers, the other one is Star Wars. So I don't think I'm gonna get too many words in. Just be prepared to hear a lot of Richard in the show on Saturday.
Okay, I'm Jimbo, like everybody knows. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and that's pretty much it right now. Until we're not gonna do a show next week because it's you're gonna be on vacation. December 30th, or you're not gonna be back in town?
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back December 30th.
Okay, until December 30th. Peace.